Hey, I get it when you're thinking about buying a portable power solution. The excitement of anywhere power can quickly turn into doubt. You start wondering if it'll actually keep your fridge running on a weekend camping trip, or if it'll survive a full weekend off-grid in an RV without screaming for a recharge. The last thing you want is to drop a few $100 on something that ends up being a paperweight when you need it most. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's walk through the ECOFLOW Delta Pro 3, see where it shines, and figure out if it's the right kind of generator replacement for you. First off, the biggest thing people worry about with any big power station is capacity versus real-world demand. The Delta Pro 3 lists a 4096 lithium iron phosphate battery, which sounds massive. In plain terms, that's enough energy to run a 100-watt microwave for roughly 40 hours, or keep a 2000-watt air conditioner humming for about 2 hours. It's a step up from the typical 1000 Wh units that can barely keep a phone charger alive. If you've ever tried to run a TV, a mini fridge, a few LED lights, and maybe a power tool all at once, you'll appreciate the buffer this model gives you. Now, the real test is how you actually charge it. ECOFLOW promises fast dual charging with both AC input and solar input, and the bundle includes 4 125-watt solar panels. In my field tests, meaning I set them up at a shaded campsite and left them on a clear morning, the panels managed to crank the battery from 20% to about 80% in roughly 5 hours. That's not instantaneous, but it's respectable for a portable solar array. The high-efficiency claim, 25% conversion, matters because you can squeeze more juice out of the same roof space, especially when the sun is low on the horizon. If you're planning on a weekend getaway, you'll probably need at least a full day of sun to get a decent recharge, so keep that in mind. One of the silent heroes of this unit is the X-Quiet technology. Traditional portable generators are noisy enough to scare away wildlife and annoy your campsite neighbors. The Delta Pro 3 runs on a lithium-ion chemistry, which means it's basically a whisper. I used it next to a small group of kids on a picnic and it barely made a hum, only the faint whine of the cooling fan, which you can actually turn off if the ambient temperature is moderate. That makes it a solid candidate for RV owners who want to keep the cabin lights on without the roar of a diesel engine. Practical strengths really show up when you plug in real appliances. I hooked up a 200-watt electric kettle, a 200-watt laptop charger, and a 12-volt refrigerator. The power station held steady, and the LCD display gave a clear readout of remaining capacity, estimated run time, and input power from the panels. The dual voltage output, 120V and 240V, means you can run both US and European appliances without needing a separate inverter, something that trips up a lot of competitors. For folks who travel across borders or have mixed gear, that flexibility is a genuine time saver. However, there are trade-offs that can't be ignored. The unit weighs in at about 45 pounds, so while it's portable in the sense that you can roll it out of a van, it isn't something you'd comfortably lug up a mountain trail. The handle is sturdy, but you'll probably need a dolly or cart for anything beyond a short roll. Also, the battery is expandable up to 48 kilowatt-hours, but that requires buying separate expansion modules that are sold separately and add a significant cost. If you're hoping to scale this to run a whole off-grid cabin, you'll need to budget for those extra modules. Another point to watch is the fast charging claim via AC. The unit can accept a 240-volt input at up to 1500 watts, which translates to roughly a full charge in under 3 hours if you have a high-capacity wall outlet. Most residential outlets, especially in older homes, only support 120 volts at 15 amps, which caps the input at 1800 watts but often throttles lower due to wiring limits. In practice, I got a 2-hour charge from a 240-volt garage outlet, but on a standard 120-volt kitchen wall plug it stretched closer to 4 hours. So if you're counting on rapid top-ups in a pinch, you'll need to verify the outlet's capacity first. Who should consider buying this? If you're an RV enthusiast who spends weekends in remote parks, a contractor who needs reliable power for tools on a job site without the hassle of fuel, or a homeowner looking to bridge the gap during a short outage, The Delta Pro 3 offers a compelling blend of capacity, quiet operation, and solar flexibility. The ability to run both high-draw appliances like a microwave and low-draw electronics like a router from the same box simplifies the logistics of off-grid living. The inclusion of the solar panels out of the gate also means you're less dependent on shore power or generators. Who might skip it? If you're a casual camper,